All right, Mineola football fans, we're here live in Howe, Texas at Bulldogs Stadium. It is a chilly night here in Howe, Texas. Wind blowing across this stadium pretty swiftly, so you're going to hear some wind in the broadcast tonight, so I do apologize for that, but I do want to thank you for being here tonight. We got just about 30 minutes until game time. Teams actually have been out on the field practicing and warming up and that sort of thing, and they're back in their locker rooms warming up because, again, with this wind out here, it is chilly. So obviously not as many people in the fans in the stands here tonight, making this, it was an hour and 45-minute drive up here to Howe, and again, with the colder weather, lessen the fans in the stands. So I think many of you guys are home watching this live on your TVs and your warm living rooms, and so we thank you for tuning in, and should be another good game tonight here with the Mineola Yellowjackets and the Howe Bulldogs. So as the teams make their way on the field, we'll have the customary national anthem and prayers before the game, so we'll make sure and bring those live to you. But anyway, just wanted to tell you thanks for coming on. We're going to take a little break here for just a little bit. We don't have any sponsors tonight, and so it'll be a little more empty space, a little free time here as the in between quarters and as the games go on and that sort of stuff. So we're going to take a break here. Before we begin, make sure everything's all set up and ready to go, and we'll be back with you in just a few minutes to bring you Mineola Yellowjackets versus Howe Bulldogs here in Howe, Texas at Bulldog Stadium. All right, Mineola fans, once again, thank you for tuning in to the broadcast this evening between the Mineola Yellowjackets and the Howe Bulldogs. Coaches are making their way into the coaches' boxes. I'm sure we'll see the teams make the field pretty quickly, so this game should be getting underway in just a few minutes. As this game gets underway, just a few headlines before the game starts. Mineola winning last week against Pottsboro, number 3 state-ranked Pottsboro Cardinal team. Mineola is able to beat them in overtime. Super exciting game from last week. If you were able to be there, it was an exciting thing to be a part of. If you're able to watch, I know many of you guys got to watch it after the game was over with, but if you have not seen that game, definitely need to jump online and check that game out and see if check out the history-making game that took place last week. Now, if you're tuning in tonight, I can't promise at all to create that sort of excitement and history that was made last week, so I'm just afraid you're probably going to be disappointed in the broadcast this evening. But it will be a good game here for the Mineola Yellowjackets, taking on the Howe Bulldogs in Howe, Texas at Bulldog Stadium. This is Mineola's first opportunity to travel to Howe, Texas. Howe coming to us from another district from last year. Howe was in the same district with Rains and with Pottsboro and with those teams, and then obviously Mineola comes over with Mount Vernon and Winsboro to form the district that we're in this year. Bonham was also in Howe's district last year, so these two districts have combined and formed the District 5 3A that we're all a part of this year. So this is Mineola's first chance to come to Howe, Texas. Driving in this evening is about an hour and 45-minute drive here to Howe. Beautiful drive in, though. I didn't realize there were so many rolling hills, and there was some cool little I guess just scenic spots you could see for quite a ways out here. So again, I didn't really know the terrain up here close to the border between Texas and Oklahoma. So as again, a cool drive and neat opportunity to come to these different stadiums and see these different schools. Tonight it is cold. It is windy and cold. The stadium has no trees around it whatsoever. Wind blowing across it. Very, very cold out here tonight. So definitely, if you're here in the stands, you're a dedicated fan to watch these Mineola Yellowjackets. But we are thankful for this ability to broadcast from the stadium, so you guys at home in your warm living rooms are able to enjoy this game this evening. Tonight, a couple games in the district had to be canceled due to COVID, so Mineola here playing Howe is only one of 2 games happening tonight in the District 5A, but the other game happening is a very key game, something we'll be keeping a close watch on all evening long. Winsboro will be playing Mount Vernon tonight, so big game tonight to keep an eye on, and we'll keep you updated on the score of that game. But an important game is again Winsboro and Mount Vernon taking on one another this evening. It's going to be a really good game. Dave Campbell has that game just picked with a 15-point spread. Have Mount Vernon picked to win that game, but a very, very good game tonight. I'm not sure if they're playing in Winsboro or Mount Vernon. We can check that real quick. So they're playing that game at Mount Vernon. So Winsboro traveling to Mount Vernon, playing that game this evening. So again, we'll keep you updated on that. But Bonham was scheduled to play Pottsboro this evening, but Bonham last week had to forfeit their game against Mount Vernon, so Mount Vernon was able to get a win last week due to a forfeiture. And then tonight, Pottsboro also able to get a victory tonight due to forfeiture against Bonham. So Bonham struggling with the corona pandemic. So again, prayers to that school and to those students and to those coaches. I know this is a difficult year and a difficult situation that we're all in, and so it's difficult to play football this way. So we do feel for those coaches and those players having to work through this pandemic as we've been thrust into this year. But also kind of coming late, Commerce played Howe last week, was able to beat Howe last week, but after the game announced that they too would be quarantining due to COVID. So Commerce having to forfeit their game tonight against Rains. So scheduled to play at Rains this Friday night, had to cancel that game. So now Rains will get a victory tonight over Commerce, and so they'll be 2-3, I believe, in the district now. So create for a pretty interesting end to the district season. Obviously, Mount Vernon leading the district so far, undefeated in district play up until this point. Mineola right behind them with a just one loss in the district so far, and followed by Pottsboro. Pottsboro only having one loss, being Mineola from last week. Mineola losing to Mount Vernon 23-20 when they visited Mount Vernon a couple weeks ago, and so close loss there to Mount Vernon. So Mineola has one loss, and then last week Mineola upsetting Pottsboro gives Pottsboro their one loss. And so, again, making a very exciting district matchup and scenarios as the season comes to an end. Mineola has 2 games left on their record. They'll be playing next week. They'll be playing home versus Rains. It'll be senior night for the Mineola Yellowjackets, so definitely want to make sure you get a ticket to that home game next week, last home game of the season. So if you haven't had a chance to come out and to cheer on these Mineola Yellowjackets, it'll be a good opportunity next week. Tickets will go on sale on Wednesday, I believe. They open ticket sales up to the team and the kids and that sort of stuff earlier in the week, but then to the public they open it up on Wednesday. So check with the administration office. They also offer a link online to purchase your tickets, but tickets to that game will go on sale next Wednesday, last home game of the season versus Rains. And then Mineola will finish up the season traveling to Commerce. So traveling to Commerce and playing against the Commerce Tigers. They actually play at the Texas A&M Commerce football stadium. So the big Lion Stadium there in Commerce is where that game will be held at. So last game of the season, Mineola will play Commerce to end the season. See the Howe Bulldogs making their way into the stadium. Mineola's still in their locker room, which is a wise decision. Again, pretty chilly here tonight. Wind blowing across this football field. First real cold game of the season. A little chilly a couple weeks ago in Mineola, but this is a different kind of cold. So we finally got fall here for us to enjoy good football weather. Everybody in the stands huddled up in jackets and ear warmers and blankets and everything of the sort. So it truly looks like football weather here in Howe, Texas tonight for this game. But Mineola staying in their locker room as long as they can to stay as warm as they can here this evening. But Howe making their way out into the field, warming up in the north end zone there. So this game will be getting started pretty soon here. Here comes Mineola making their way onto the field now. So coming around the track here, Mineola making their way into the stadium. As we mentioned, Mount Vernon taking on Winsboro tonight. Great game again. We'll bring you highlights, or not really highlights, but we'll bring you scoring updates for that game as they're made available to us. But then following that game against Winsboro, Mount Vernon will host Pottsboro. So another big game next week against Pottsboro. So we'll see those two teams square off against each other. So again, a lot of football left to play here in this District 5 3A. A lot of places to still work out. Again, Mount Vernon sitting atop our district right now, undefeated in the district, but two very formidable foes they'll be facing this week in Winsboro and then next week in Pottsboro. So again, all of that can change in just the next couple of weeks. So again, it's maybe definitely more exciting than the Dallas Cowboy football is right now. These Mineola Yellowjackets are bringing some football excitement back to the town of Mineola. Definitely playoff bound now, just trying to figure out our seed as far as the playoffs go. So Mineola's sitting at 6-1 in the overall standings for the year, and then just having that one loss being in their district play against Mount Vernon. We're on the visiting side of the stands. We're actually out in the stands. We always like to sit with the common folks, so press boxes on the visiting side aren't nearly big enough for us to fit into. So we do our production straight from the stadium, from the stands. So we have a little bit different perspective for the field tonight. So the view might not be as good as it is when we broadcast from Mineola. A little shallower field. We're not as high up in the air, so do bear with us. We'll provide you the best video we possibly can, but again, we're a little closer to the field than we normally are up in a press box. But also, disappointingly so, the bands will not be nearly as loud this evening. The bands always perform to the home stands, and so we're sitting in the visiting stands, and so the bands will not nearly be as loud this evening. So Howe Bulldog Band playing their school song currently. I actually do not even see the Mineola School Band, so I'm not sure. Oh, they might not even be coming tonight. That brings me to another point. Definitely tomorrow, lots of things happening in our community tomorrow. So if you don't have plans, I'm about to make a lot of plans for you. So tomorrow, starting at 10 o'clock at the Mineola Meredith Memorial Stadium, our band is hosting a band competition, and it'll be all day long. So starting at 10 that morning, going until about 9 p.m. that evening, we'll have a competition of lots of big bands coming to Mineola for this competition. So if you enjoy marching bands and you enjoy seeing our Mineola Sound of the Swarm, you'll definitely want to make it out to Mineola Meredith Memorial Stadium tomorrow, and you'll get to see all kinds of different bands. Here comes Mineola making their way onto the field this evening. So Mineola's band will take the field at 8:30 tomorrow evening. So again, if you want to come by and check out the Mineola Sound of the Swarm and their competition tomorrow, there will be bands competing all day long tomorrow beginning at 10 a.m. But the Mineola Sound of the Swarm will go live on the field at 8:30 p.m. tomorrow evening. Howe Bulldogs now taking the field to their fight song. Also happening tomorrow is the Golden Sweet Potato Festival. So yesterday we had the honor of covering the sweet potato pageant, so we were able to be there last night at the Sweet Potato Grounds in Golden, Texas, to cover the pageant there. But tonight is mutton busting and gospel night, so definitely if you're not doing anything this evening, you can head out to the Golden Sweet Potato Grounds. But tomorrow will be parade at 10 a.m., followed by the festivities on the fairgrounds there in Golden. They'll be having an auction tomorrow also, that proceeds go to help the local community and all the efforts within the community, but also they provide a scholarship to the Golden Sweet Potato Queen through that auction. So lots of great things that'll be auctioned off there at that auction tomorrow, but it's just one of the best festivals in our area, so definitely want to make it out to the Sweet Potato Festival tomorrow. Again, beginning at 10 a.m. is the parade, and then the festival to follow behind that. So captains making their way to the middle of the field for the coin toss. So number 12, Levi Bowden, making his way out to the middle of the field as our captain representative tonight for the Yellowjackets. Again, due to COVID, you only have one captain. Typically, you have 4 seniors that make their way out to the middle of the field representing the team before the game starts. But due to COVID, they just send one guy out each week, so it seems to be a different guy each week. Mineola's used a couple different guys. So Mineola has won the toss and deferred to the second half. So kickoff will go to the Bulldogs to start this game here. Number 4, Ethan Lopez, was the captain for the Howe Bulldog team, a junior on that football team for Howe. Will now line up for the national anthem. Howe Bulldog Band will play that national anthem for us this evening. All right, so Mineola line up for this kickoff. Gustavo Sanchez once again kicking off for the Mineola Yellowjackets. To start this first half, Mineola kickoff to Howe. Mineola having won the coin toss, deferred to the second half, so choosing to receive the ball in the second half. Howe's had a difficult season so far. Battled lots of different injuries and just a young team. Coach only having been here 3 years, so still just trying to get his system built here in Howe. But Howe, unfortunately, has not been able to win a game yet this season. 0-7 on the season and 0-4 in district. So Howe looking for their first win tonight here against these Mineola Yellowjackets, but Mineola, having come off the big win last week, has different plans for the Howe Bulldogs tonight. It is always scary after a big win like last week to have a little bit of a lull the following week, so it'll be important for Mineola to get out to a quick start here. Mineola sends that ball to number 3, Jordan Jones, for the Howe Bulldogs. Brings the ball out to the 20-yard line, so it will be Howe ball. So Howe will start their offensive series from their own 22-yard line. Jordan Jones starting the game off with a little bit of a trick play. Pitched it back to Jordan Jones. Sends it down to number 15, Ryan Pugh, for about an 80-yard pass play. Pugh wide open down the right side of the field. Mineola not paying attention as number 15 snuck out of the backfield there, but able to bring that ball down to the 10-yard line. So big gain there for Howe on their first play of the game.
Jordan Jones carrying for the Dogs. Making a stop, number 40, Hunter Wright.
Being in the stands a little bit different for us than sitting in a press box. So sorry as we get everything all situated here to begin the game. Looks like it's about second down and 5. It's actually second and goal for the Howe. Jordan Jones there able to take the ball into the end zone there. So first series very successful for these Howe Bulldogs. So again, hopefully Mineola can get this figured out and refocus here. Maybe this will wake them up. First series of the game, 3 plays in, and here's a touchdown for the Howe Bulldogs. So again, Mineola, having had a huge victory last week, don't want to ruin that this week with a loss to Howe. So number 66 comes in, kicks that field goal for Howe. Kevin Flores there with that extra point. So extra point is good. Howe's leading 7-0 here in the first quarter. A little bit of a cold night and a cold start now here for the Mineola Yellowjackets. So Howe will now be kicking off to Mineola. So injury report, Dawson Pendergrass out this game with an injured right ankle. So Dawson not even suiting up for the game, sideline tonight. So we are going to be missing one of our key defenders and key running backs for the team. So definitely miss Dawson. Hopefully through different rehab measures, he'll be able to be back with us next week against the Reigns Wildcats. So nothing broken, just a severely bruised and swollen ankle. So something, hopefully we can work that out before next week's game. So Howe now out to kick the ball off. Flores back again for the Howe Bulldogs to kick off. Jackson Holland back deep for the Yellowjackets. For those of you at home, that will show you how windy it is here. Ball falls off the tee. It is a straight line wind. There's nothing here in the stadium to block the wind. Wind's coming directly from the north, and it is a chilly, chilly wind, but again, blows the ball off the tee once again. Bring in a holder this time to hold that ball still for the kickoff to take place. So Flores now for Howe, lining up to kick the ball off to Mineola. Mineola anticipating the onside kick. Looks like Hooten able to jump on that ball for Mineola. So Mineola will take over the ball now from their own 49-yard line. So first and 10, Mineola from their own 49-yard line. 10-14 left here in the first quarter. Howe Bulldogs come out with a trick play to start the game. 80-yard pass play. And then score 2 plays later. Jordan Jones, running back for the Howe Bulldogs, able to put the ball in the end zone for Howe. This time to give to Travion Sneed. Travion able to get past the 50-yard line there for a gain of about 4 yards on the play. Breaking it to the outside, leaping over a diving Howe defender, runs out of bounds. Very close to the first down marker. I believe it'll bring up third down now and about 2 yards for Mineola. From my vantage point, looked like he ran out of bounds, but clock continued to run, so must not have got out of bounds on that play. So clock ticking under 9 minutes now here in this first quarter. TJ Moreland back at quarterback for Mineola. TJ was hurt a couple games ago, but good to have him back. Had a great game last week against Pottsboro. This time Travion Sneed able to find a gap up the middle. Breaks one loose for about 10 yards on that play. So there's the Travion that we've seen run for us all year long. Travion will be sorely missed at the end of his senior season. Been exciting to watch this young man play this entire season long, running with a true desire to gain extra yardage, especially was shown last week against Pottsboro. He could not be stopped. 5 or 6 defenders hanging on his back, still able to gain 5 yards on the play. So great personnel on the team. Moreland keeping the ball this time, showing his speed to the outside. Breaks one to the near sideline. Gains about, well, actually enough for a first down there, so it'll be first down for Mineola once again. So first down and 10 from, looks like about the 15-yard line of Howe. So Moreland and Sneed back in shotgun. Handoff inside to Sneed. Sneed again finding an opening up the middle. Able to dive forward across the end zone. So touchdown for Mineola. Sneed. Sneed deceivingly finding a gap in the middle. Able to weave his way through a couple of Howe defenders and find his way into the end zone. So Mineola answers pretty quickly with a touchdown of their own. Nathan Rojas on now for Mineola to tie this game up here with the extra point. Kick is through and good. So we got a tie ball game here. Sorry, the clock, I left it running. So the clock, we got 7:56 left to play here in the first quarter. Tie ball game. Howe again quickly down the field their first series, and Mineola able to answer the same. So we'll see second time through how these two teams are able to do. Mineola now kicking off to Howe, kicking with the wind here, so we'll see if that wind becomes a factor later in the game off on these kickoffs and extra points. Ball came straight at my head. Cheerleaders throwing the balls into the stands here after that touchdown. Wasn't paying attention. So Gustavo Sanchez now teeing the ball up for Mineola once again. Jordan Jones, talented running back for Howe, back deep now to receive this kick. Jones scored their last touchdown and was also the person who threw the ball earlier in a little bit of a trick play, a little pitch back to the running back, and running back threw it down the field. Jordan Jones bottled up pretty quickly there, just able to get it down past the 15-yard line, so it will be Howe's ball now at their own 15-yard line. Jackson Holland on the stop for Mineola there. See if this Mineola defense comes out a little more excited to stop the ball here on this series. Caught off guard by the Howe Bulldogs. First time down the field. Howe able to quickly score in just 3 plays. Got a flag on the play here, whistled before the play even began. Referee explaining to the Howe sideline the penalty. So a delay of game penalty against Howe. So 5-yard penalty now for Howe to start this drive. So starting off in a hole here at their own 10-yard line now. First down and 15 after that penalty yardage is marked off. So Ethan Lopez, number 4 quarterback for the Howe Bulldogs, pitches it inside here. But Mineola defense, front line for Mineola, very formidable against the run all year long. Each team that we've played against, Mount Vernon, Pottsboro, all of them had a difficult time running against this line. So line continuing to show their strength there. Bringing that Howe Bulldog down pretty quickly. Able to gain about 2 yards on the play, so it will be second down now and 13 yards for the first down. Jordan in motion, but the ball is given inside. See, they don't have this number 17, so to Landon Duty. So number 17 able to, again, get the pitch there from number 4, but not able to gain any yardage there. Actually lost on the play by Mineola, so back to the 10-yard line now. Third down and 15 yards to go for Howe here. So struggling here in their second series. Struggling to get the ball even past the line of scrimmage. Lopez rolls to his left side, able to find his receiver open, but out of bounds and incomplete.
Out of bounds.
So a pass to Huff, who caught that long pass play earlier in the game. Ryan Huff caught that long pass play from Jordan, but this time open on the sidelines, but just threw it too far outside, lands out of bounds. So incomplete pass brings up 4th down now for Howe. So number 66, Flores, the place kicker for Howe, is also their punter. So up against the front side of his end zone here, will punt this ball off to Mineola. But look at that wind. The ball goes up in the wind. The wind catches it, bounces straight back. So about maybe a 10-yard punt there. The ball goes up into the wind catches it, and it goes maybe 10 yards. So Mineola will take over this ball at the Howe 20-yard line. So great field position now for Mineola. So Howe, the second time around, had difficulty moving the ball. Been able to do so on a trick play the first series around, get the ball quickly down to the 10-yard line, and then Jordan able to run the ball into the end zone. But Mineola defense woke up there, stopped Howe 3 straight downs, 4 straight downs, forced the punt. Now they have the ball at their own 20-yard line. Here inside handoff again to Travion Sneed. Sneed's able to bring that ball down for a gain of 5 yards.
Cody Taylor making the defensive charge for the Bulldogs.
Cody Taylor on the tackle there for Howe. Neither calls their plays a little bit different. Offensive coordinator Derek Smith giving the plays directly to TJ Moreland. TJ Moreland just being a sophomore on the Mineola Yellowjacket team. A lot of teams you'll see cards on the sidelines, different ways to call the plays in, but Moreland comes to the sidelines for each and every play and then takes it to the huddle. This time pitch to Sneed, who's able to juke inside and then all the way into the end zone for another Mineola touchdown. So Sneed pressured in the backfield, pitch to Sneed. Sneed pressured in the backfield, but juke moves frees him open to the far side, and then again able to weave his way through multiple Howe defenders for another Mineola touchdown. So Mineola now leading 13-7 here. Rojas again on for the extra point. Extra point good for Mineola. So 14-7 now is your score here in Howe. I'm losing track of the clock again. Sorry about that. 5 minutes and 20 seconds left to play here in the first quarter. Howe having a very difficult time stopping Mineola. The front line is able just to get a huge push. Offensive line for Mineola has played outstanding all year long. But this young team here in Howe having a difficult time stopping this offensive line, giving Travion multiple lanes to choose to run through. And again, with the talent, the speed, and the strength of Travion Sneed, very difficult running back to bring down anyway. But with a full head of steam and holes to run through, Travion's going to be a tough guy to stop here this evening. The wind continues to howl here in Howe. Very chilly evening. We finally have what we consider football weather here for this October evening here in Howe, Texas. Sanchez tees the ball up at the 40-yard line, kicking off to Howe. Jordan Jones back deep again for the Bulldogs. Tees the ball at his 10-yard line, brings it out about 10 yards to his 20-yard line. So Howe take over again, first down and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Mineola defense coming out after that strong showing last series stopped Howe in 3 straight downs forced a punt from the Howe Bulldogs and then quickly score on the next possession. So we'll see here Jordan Jones again, inside handoff that he bounces to the near sideline, but not much room to run there. Thomas Hooten on the stop.
Jordan Jones. Came with 6 on the play.
Let's go, D!
Great.
2nd down and 8 now for the Bulldogs here. On their own 26-yard line. Inside handoff again to Jones. Jones this time goes to the opposite sideline. Able to sneak his way through for a Howe first down. So first down there for the Howe Bulldogs.
Number 23 is me. Number 52, Griffin.
First down and 10 from the 35-yard line here. Howe will begin their 3rd series of the game. Lopez at quarterback for the Howe Bulldogs. Jordan Jones motions into the backfield, handoff inside again to Jones. Very little room to run there inside between the tackles.
Gain of a yard on the play.
Gains about a yard on that play, so 2nd down and 9 for the Bulldogs.
Number 40.
Both of these teams, Howe and Mineola, being running teams. We could see a pretty quick game here tonight. Clock continue to run. Getting close to 3 minutes here in this first quarter. The Pottsboro game last week, we already had 28 points scored by this point, so just a different game here tonight between these two games. So bring up 3rd down now for Howe. Very minimal game once again up the middle. It's going to be difficult to run against this Mineola team up the middle like that.
Let's go, D! Let's stop him right here!
So 3rd down, about 7 yards to go from the Howe 36-yard line, 37-yard line. Lopez now lined up in shotgun for the Bulldogs. Gives it to Jones, but Jones having nowhere to go, just falls to the ground with a huge loss on that play. So bring up 4th down again for Howe. 4th down, about a 10-yard loss on that play. So it'll be about 4th down, 16, 17 yards to go for the first down. Howe brings in Flores for the kick here. Flores a while ago got the punt up, but in this wind, just unable to get it to go anywhere. So we'll see if this one's a little better punt here for Flores. Ball crosses the 50-yard line, takes a Mineola bounce. Down by Huff there. So Mineola will take over here at almost exactly the 50-yard line. So 1:57 left to play here in the first quarter. Moreland keeps the ball. Again, able to find some room up the middle. So Moreland there with the successful run there. 8 yards, gaining 8 yards on the play. So brings up 2nd down and just 2 yards for Mineola. It's a positive gain there on that play. So 2nd down and maybe just a yard even for the first down here. Moreland again getting the play from Smith, bringing the play to the huddle. Huddle here breaks with Moreland in shotgun with Snead directly lined up behind him. Snead takes the ball again up the middle and just passes everybody. Number 10 grabs a hold of his shirt, brings him down at the 1 yard line, but Sneed with another outstanding run there. About a 40-yard gain on that run for Sneed. Will actually be first and goal now for Mineola from just the 1 yard line. So can't see how they'll keep Mineola out of the end zone here, barring any big mistake like a turnover. But again, Sneed showing his speed and quickness just right through the middle of the line, able to get to the sideline and outrun everyone but number 10. Number 10 being Joey Heimel for the Howe Bulldogs. This time a direct snap to Sneed. Sneed just walks this one into the end zone. So with 19 seconds left here in the first quarter, Sneed scores his 3rd touchdown of the game. Extra point good for Mineola. 21-7 to score here. 19 seconds left to play here in the first quarter. It is definitely cold here this evening, and my fingers are beginning to not work. And so getting harder to press these buttons. So again, apologize for messed up score and time. We'll get those things working out as we go along here. And Mount Vernon tied 7-7 here in the second quarter. So great game there in Mount Vernon. This game here, Mineola leading 21-7 here in the first quarter. Still 19 seconds left to play here in the first quarter. Mineola now lining up to kick off to the Bulldogs. Jordan Jones back deep for the Bulldogs, ready to receive this kick. As reported earlier, Dawson Pendergrass out for this game, not even suited up for the game, on the sideline with an ankle injury. So again, prayers for Dawson Pendergrass as he works out this week and gets better. So hopefully we'll have him back next week against Rains. Mineola will be hosting Rains next week at home. It'll be senior night for Mineola, last home game of the season. So 2 more district games left after this one. So Rains next week, followed by a trip to Commerce.
25-yard line, first and 10, Bulldogs.
So it'll be 1st and 10. Howe, this time starting from their 25-yard line, so a little better field position than last time. We'll see if Howe's offense is able to do anything here. First series of the game, Howe able to quickly go down in 3 plays and score, but ever since just had difficulty running against this Mineola team. Trades out running backs there for Crosby, number 5, but very little luck on that play. The tackle for a loss on that play. Actually allowed a quarter to run down, so we'll switch ends of the field. Bring up second quarter here for. So 21-7 here after the first quarter. Mineola leading here in Howe. Wind continues to blow. Mineola actually be throwing into and kicking into the wind now that we've switched sides. So again, wind a little bit of a factor here. Already had a punt affected by that against Howe. Howe's punt went about 10 yards before it came to the turf. The wind just took it and held it up in the air. So now Mineola will have to kick into the wind and throw into the wind. So again, we'll see if that affects things here. Maybe Howe will come out throwing the ball a little more now that they can throw with the wind. So as we start this second quarter here, Howe will be second down, about 13 here after that loss in the play. Mineola able to tackle Crosby behind the line of scrimmage, so able to lose yards there, about 3 yards on the play. So second down and 13 now for Howe. Jordan Jones back at running back for Howe. Lopez, the quarterback, number 4, lined up in shotgun. Jones to his right. Quarterback keeps the ball. Jackson Anderson in the backfield, able to bring Lopez down. Gained, if anything, maybe a yard on that play. Henderson, again, quickly in the backfield, able to chase Lopez down. Entry timeout on the field, one of the Howe Bulldog players down. Trainers come out to the field to work on him. So after that injury timeout, looks like the quarterback might have been injured there. Brings in a new quarterback now for Howe. Comes out throwing the ball there. Well, Mineola able to deflect the ball, so it will bring up fourth down once again for incomplete pass. Brings up fourth down and 11 now for Howe. So 66 Flores back out for Howe to punt this ball away. Thomas Hooten deep now for Mineola to receive this kick. It looks like a timeout on the field. Howe calls the timeout.
We have a timeout on the field. Timeout, Bulldogs.
First timeout of the half. Howe saw something they didn't like, or maybe want to come up with a little bit of a trick play here. They're deep in their own territory, so I doubt they'll be coming up with any sort of trick play here, but fourth down and 11. Howe saw something they didn't like and just called a timeout. Clock is stopped here at 11 minutes and 30 seconds left to play in the second quarter. Flores back to punt again for the Howe Bulldogs. Thomas Hooten back deep for the Mineola Yellowjackets. Flores again able to get a good high punt off. Hooten trading over to the ball. Ball takes a Howe bounce, goes out of bounds. So Mineola now take over at their own 34-yard line. So it'll be first and 10 for Mineola.
Mineola, 33-yard line.
Let's go, White!
So first and 10 Mineola from their own 33-yard line. We'll see if Mineola continues here with their starters. Looks like Sneed and Moreland both making their way back on the field. Lines the same, Griffin, Jackson, Hunter Wright, all making their ways out there. So this time Sneed lined up as a wide receiver in the slot position there. Hooten lined up also as a receiver to the near his sideline. Moreland back to pass. Moreland holds onto this ball. Sneed, the lead block there. Moreland finds an opening here along the right side of the field. Has one man to beat here and able to outrun number 25 to the end zone. So Moreland with a touchdown of his own here in the second quarter. So again, Mineola kind of having their way with this Howe Bulldog defense. Howe just unable to stop the blocking schemes of Mineola, just unable to stop these big guys up front. Actually, there's a flag on the play. I didn't see that flag on the play back at the line of scrimmage. They're bringing this one back, so it looks like there'll be a penalty against Mineola. So that'll take off that touchdown run for Moreland. Looks like holding against Mineola, so we'll do that first down play all over again. They mark off this yardage here, so no wonder Howe couldn't bring down Moreland. Mineola holding on the play. Brings up first down and about 13 yards to go. So unfortunately, that was a great run by Moreland, but unfortunately brings that points off the scoreboard. So the score continues to be 21-7 here. So pass play out to Sneed, but incomplete.
Incomplete from Moreland.
Bring up second down and 13. Mineola still at their own 30-yard line. .48 to play here in the second quarter. Well, keeps the ball once again. Tries this near sideline again. Jukes out number 25. Finds himself along the sidelines again. This time runs out of bounds at the 40-yard line. About a 30-yard run there by Moreland. First down, Mineola at the Howe Bulldog 40-yard line now. Moreland runs out of bounds, so the clock stops at 10:34 here. Game still tied in Mount Vernon. Winsboro taking on Mount Vernon. Tied 7-7 in the second quarter. Sneed this time wins to the outside, stays on his feet after hit by a couple of different Howe Bulldogs, but again, Sneed through the middle, takes on about 4 different Bulldog defenders, but runs right through all 4 of them, scores there on that play. So a 40-yard run there for Sneed for his 4th touchdown of the game. Rojas coming on again for the extra point for Mineola. About 10 yards on the field, Howe was able to put a pretty good hit on Sneed, but Sneed able to keep his feet, using his one hand to stay on his feet and then run that thing past about 4 other defenders for the touchdown. So again, you got to get more than just an arm tackle on Sneed in order to bring him down. Rojas again, even against the wind, able to kick that ball through. So scores 28-7 here. 10:22 left to play here in the second quarter. Howe defense just having a difficult time tonight stopping Mineola. Again, their offensive front line getting the push, initial push, and then the backs and quarterbacks and running backs doing the rest for Mineola. Mineola has built a pretty sizable lead here in the second quarter. stands. I don't know if you can hear them, but Tasha getting onto her son, Travion, for messing up Moreland's touchdown run. Travion reminding her that wasn't him with the hold on that play. So, again, Moreland had a great run there for a touchdown, but called back due to holding. So, gives Need another chance to score his 4th touchdown of the game. Sanchez out to kick for Mineola. 28-7 is the score here. 10:22 left to play here in the second quarter. Fair catch by the Bulldogs. Be their best field position, starting field position of the game. So it'll be 1st down and 10. Howe Bulldogs from their own 36-yard line. Looks like Lopez back out for the Bulldogs at quarterback, taking a series off due to injury, but back in the game, so good to see him back in this game. Mineola again deep in the backfield. Hunter right there, busting through the line, brings the running back down behind the line of scrimmage. Hunter Wright, very good defensive linebacker for the Mineola all season long. Involved in most of the tackles, but there, deep in the backfield, took down number 5 for the Bulldogs for a loss on that play. So brings up 2nd down and 11 now for this Howe Bulldog team. Lopez inside handoff to Jones, but again, nowhere to go for these Howe Bulldogs. So no gain there on the play. 3rd down now for Howe. So 3rd down and 11 now for the Howe Bulldogs. Just under 9 minutes and 20 seconds now left in this second quarter.
Timeout called.
So Howe Bulldogs with the timeout here. So stop the clock at 9:06. We're here in the second quarter. Howe with their 2nd timeout of the game. So just 1 timeout remaining now for Howe here in this first half. Mineola leading 28-7 here. Been a pretty dominant game so far. Howe did come out quickly in the first series with a little bit of a trick play. Caught Mineola off guard. A little pitch back to the running back. Running back throws to one of their receivers who had gotten loose in the backfield for an 80-yard gain. And then 2 plays later, we're in the end zone. So Howe scored first points of the game, but the rest of this has been Mineola. Howe has had 1 first down since that big long play. So just 1 first down, not able to move the ball very successfully against this defense. And the Mineola offensive line and running backs and quarterback having their way with this Howe defense. So Mineola leading here 28-7, 9:06 left to play here in the second quarter. Comes out again with a little different look at the quarterback. Throws the ball down to the starting quarterback, Lopez, but overthrows his receiver. So bring up 4th down now for Howe. 4th down and 11 here for Howe. So Howe looking just for anything to spark them on offense, but good play there. Lopez is open down the right side of the field, but overthrown there by his quarterback. So Flores back to punt the ball once again for Howe. Punting with the wind, Hooten back deep to receive. Another good strong punt for Flores.
Let's go!
Hooten's able to receive the ball at the 15-yard line, brings it out to about the 25-yard line before being knocked out of bounds by the Bulldogs.
Hooten returning the kick. Yellowjackets ball. 1st and 10. 27-yard line. And it was number 5, Bryce Crosby.
So 8:46 left to play here in the second quarter. Mineola takes over the ball again here for their 5th possession of the game, scoring on the 4 previous possessions. So we'll see how the Mineola offense is able to do here. 1st and 10 from their own 27-yard line. Starters remain in the game. Moreland back at shotgun quarterback, empty back set, spread offense here, spread them up. Moreland keeps the ball up the middle for a minimal gain.
Jordan Jones making the tackle, number 3.
Jordan Jones there on the tackle, brings the ball out to the 30-yard line. Should be second down and about 6 yards to go here for Mineola. Sneed this time lined up at shotgun with Moreland here, so Hooten in motion. Ball's given to Hooten. Sneed out lead blocking for Hooten. Hooten quickly wrapped up just a yard short of the first down, so puts them in good position here on 3rd down.
Jordan Jones, Kobe Taylor making
So 3rd down and 1 yard to go here. Mineola at their own 36-yard line. London brings the play in from the sideline once again. Breaks the huddle in a shotgun formation. Once again, Sneed behind Moreland. The give is to Sneed up the middle. Huge opening again for Mineola. This offensive line needs to be given credit again for their outstanding blocking. Now Sneed's just weaving his way around the field between Howe defenders. Is nobody going to stop Sneed tonight? Definitely not on this series. Sneed again, first handoff to Sneed in this series, scores a touchdown. So Sneed with his 5th touchdown of the game. Once Sneed is able to get through the line, nobody puts a hand on him. Got a full head of steam. He's just able to weave his way through the Bulldog defenders for a touchdown. Rojas again for the extra point here. Rojas again able to get that ball through. Kicking into the wind is a little difficult feat right now, but Rojas able to get that ball in through the upside, right down the middle actually. So 35-7 is the score here in Howe, Texas. Very chilly evening here in Howe. Might be able to hear the cold in my voice. Our hands have frozen over. Hard to work this computer. And the wind continues to blow here in Howe. So 35-7 is the score here. 7:02 left in the second quarter. Ever since the first series of the game, Howe's just had no answer for this Mineola Yellowjacket offense or defense. Sanchez and Rojas trading off tonight, kicking duties. Sanchez plays kicker, doing all the kickoff duties, and Rojas coming in to kick for the extra points. You may notice a little quieter here this evening. We're missing the Mineola sound of the swarm. They stayed home this evening preparing for their competition at home tomorrow. So again, if you don't have anything to do tomorrow all day long, starting at 10 a.m. at the Mineola Meredith Memorial Stadium, the Sound of the Swarm will be hosting a band competition. So bands from all around the area, all different sizes of schools coming to perform at the stadium. And again, your Mineola Yellowjacket Sound of the Swarm will perform at 8:30 tomorrow evening. So again, definitely want to make your way out to the Mineola Stadium tomorrow. Admission is $5 at the gate, so definitely want to make it out for that competition. That admission is for all day, so you'll be able to pay and stay all day and enjoy those different bands there in Mineola. First play here
Covered by the Bulldogs.
in this series, looking for Howe. Fumbled the ball on the play, but able to recover it themselves. But now starting out behind the chains once again. So 2nd down and 12 now. From looks like to be the 32-yard line. Here to Jones. Jones able to cut in and avoid one tackle, but a swarm of Jackets is there to bring him down. Looks like he might have brought the ball back out to the original line of scrimmage, so it'll be 3rd down here.
Number 24.
Looks like 3rd down and 10 now for the Howe Bulldogs. Clock continue to run here in the 2nd quarter. This time Howe back to pass. Lopez has a receiver well covered by the Yellowjackets, but overthrown by Lopez there, so incomplete pass brings up 4th down once again for Howe. Howe depends on the run, but unable to get the ball very far against this Mineola defense. Puts them in these 3rd down and long situations, forcing them to pass the ball, but tonight just unable to locate their receivers. So Flores back out to punt now. Flores a busy man tonight for this Howe Bulldog team. Punts down at the Mineola 40-yard line, so Mineola will now take over 1st down and 10 at their own 40-yard line. There'll be very little activity at halftime today, I guess, without the sound of the swarm out on the field for the halftime performance. But we'll bring you the performance of the Howe band. They're warming up in the end zone now. This time outside handoff to Jackson Holland. Holland with quite a bit of speed, able to gain enough yardage for the 1st down, brings the ball out across the 50-yard line. So it'll be a 1st down there for Mineola.
Caleb Warman making the stop. Forward goal.
Holland gives the ball to Holland once again. Holland breaks it to the inside again, finding some running room there. Able to bring the ball. Holland fun to watch at the running back's position. Very quick with his feet, able to get through the line pretty quickly, and then once he's loose, he's gone. So 2nd down now and about a yard to go for Mineola. Clock continue to run here for Mineola. Mineola looking to score again one more time before the half. Moreland drops that snap, but able to pick the ball up pretty quickly, juking inside and out. Needs to cover that ball up a little more, holds on to it though. Gets enough for the 1st down yardage, so Ball just past the 30-yard line, first down for Mineola. Again, Howe band warming up in the end zone. Looks like they will perform this evening, so we will bring you the performance of the Howe Bulldog band. Flag on the play before the play is able to get started there. So a false start against Mineola there. Bringing them back 5 yards on that play, so first down. 15 now for Mineola. Snead now taking the direct snap. Lead block Kendrick blocking there for Snead. This time Howe able to meet Snead in the backfield, but not able to bring him down. Just stops his forward momentum. Whistle blows.
Jordan Jones is going on and covered.
So minimal gain on that play. Brings up second down and 15 now for Mineola. First time Howe's really had an opportunity to stop Snead tonight, but able to get 3 bodies on him in the backfield there and push him back. Again here at running back. Handoff is inside to Snead. Snead jukes to the inside and bounces it to the outside. Along the outside sidelines, able to run and fall into the end zone. But referee saying he stepped out of bounds just before diving into the end zone. So be first down anyway for Mineola. Just out at the 1 yard line, so it'll be first down and 10 now for Mineola at the Howe 1 yard line. Clock continuing to run here. Mineola again looking to score here once again before the end of the half. Moreland keeping the ball this time. Snead blocking for him. Moreland able to jump inside of Jones there for the Mineola touchdown. So Moreland is able to get his touchdown back from earlier. Moreland had an outstanding run, long run for a touchdown earlier, called back by a holding penalty. So Moreland able to get in the end zone this time. Going to leave 44 seconds on the clock. Rojas in again for the extra point. Rojas again good for that extra point. So 42-7 is the score here in the first half of this ball game. Mineola will kick off once again to Howe. Howe has one timeout remaining here. So Jordan Jones back deep now for Howe. Sanchez out to kick the ball off again for Mineola. Lots of scoring here tonight, but game not nearly as exciting as it was last week against Pottsboro. So kind of knew before going into this game wouldn't be able to replicate the energy and the excitement from last week's game, but definitely seeing lots of scoring here tonight and scoring from lots of different people. I would assume with the lead like this, we might see a couple different players in the game starting the second half. Give an opportunity to rest some of our starters. Sanchez kicking off here to Howe once again. Another short kick, fair catch by Lopez. Lopez fair catches the ball at his own 40-yard line, so be Howe ball at the 39-yard line. 41 seconds left to play here in the first half. We'll be bringing you the Howe Band as they perform their halftime performance. I'll also be heading to the concession stand to get some hot chocolate to warm up for this game. Freezing cold out here this evening. Constant wind blowing, so I'm sure these players being on the field doesn't even affect them having been out there on the field, but sitting in these stands, it is definitely a chilly evening. So if you're home watching this game in your warm living room, you've made the right choice. Lopez with a little quarterback keeper there. Loses yardage on the play. Mineola in the backfield every single play. Hunter right there on the stop for Mineola. So a loss of 1 on that play.
Number 5, Bryce Crosby.
So that'll be the end of the first half. Crosby there with a little bit of a gain there, but ends the half. So Mineola, Howe will head to the locker rooms, discuss this second half. Again, I would expect with a lead like this here in the first half, we'll see a little bit different team come out for the second half for Mineola. Try a few things. I'm not sure on that, but it's kind of my assumption there. We do have an exciting game in Mount Vernon. Winsboro Red Raiders taking on the Mount Vernon Tigers. The score shows 14-13. Winsboro is leading in the second quarter. So again, a game there with a lot of important implications for our district. Mount Vernon right now leading the district in wins, so sitting atop the district in first place, but trailing by 1 point to Winsboro. The game is being played in Mount Vernon at Don Meredith Memorial Stadium, so home field advantage to the Mount Vernon Tigers. But definitely we know Art Browse very well, and he won't go down without a fight, so we'll continue to watch that game as it goes forward. That will be an exciting game to be a part of. So here as Howe sets up on the field, we'll take a break here for a halftime show. We will live broadcast the band here for your viewing pleasure. I will come back to you after the end of the halftime and bring you the second half of the Mineola Yellowjackets versus the Howe Bulldogs. Mineola leading 42-7 here in this first half. Again, Howe having a difficult season so far, 0-7 on the season, 0-4 in district play. So we kind of knew going into this game it'd be a difficult game for Howe to stay in. But yeah, difficulties on offense and defense. Howe quickly runs down the field in 3 plays and scores first series, but after that, they've just been unable to move the ball. Again, new coach here, been here about 3 years now, so new coaching scheme, but the big thing for Howe is just injuries. I just had a lot of big-time players go out with injuries, and so just had difficulty with those injuries, and also starting a young team, so just kind of building that momentum for the future for Howe. So anyway, again, just a different game for us this evening after having taken on Pottsboro last week and had such an exciting game, a little bit different game here tonight versus Howe. So again, we'll bring you this second half. We'll kind of see what the coaches come up with and some game planning that they come up with in the second half, and we'll see how things go. So 42-7 here, halftime. We'll let you watch the Howe band, and then we'll come back to you after halftime.
Caitlin Furr, Zoe Moore, Aaliyah Bjorn, Corey Bowes, Tim Garner, and Ainsley Assistant Loading Captain is Major Pack. Tonight, the band is under the field direction of Assistant Drum Majors Chloe Scoggins, Olivia Morris, and Montana Sargor. Head drum major is Aaron Ketchum. Each week, the officers and directors recognize 2 students for their outstanding efforts. This week's Rookie of the Week is Lucas Mitchell. And this week's Bandsman of the Week is Corey Bowes. Section of the Week, the Junior Class. Tonight, the band will perform for you their UIL contest show, The Power of One. Selections include One is the Loneliest Number by Three Dog Night, Eric Harmon's All by Myself, Mark Bonner's Piano Concerto Number 2, and Butterflies and Hurricanes. Enjoy it. Drum Major Aaron Ketching, is your band ready?
Introducing your Howe High School varsity cheerleaders.
Chicken farmers, they can make good money. They make good money. I can tell you this, if I don't pay
It was greasy. It is. Don't whine anybody. I don't like none of it, but I
I'm leaving.
They did. They worked at night against rain. Almost was out there.
Never mind.
just hold your arms out and see if it'll block it up here too.
Run down.
Is he got it? Okay. Like, how would you drive it?
Right.
kickoff to begin the second half.
Toss at the beginning of the game. So referred to the second half. Seeing the ball here in the second half.
Be ready!
Feet from Mineola. Holland, number 23, Sweet.
Take it! Let's go! To the house! To the house!
To the house. How the fingers out of bounds at the 40-yard line. So
Tackle made by Seth Key of the Bulldogs.
Now get up. Ain't no telling.
I know! Somebody, I'm like, what the hell?
Wesley Eade, Kobe Taylor, Jordan Jones on the stop.
So don't get mad.
You win my business. Don't do that. But you were right though, girl. You right. I heard always on. Man. You were, hon.
Sweet on the carry here. Bryce Crosby making the tackle.
They might well long get yeah. Save for next week.
The 3 more from the quarterback keeper.
First and 10, do it again, go, go. First and 10, do it again, go, go. First and 10, do it again, go, go. Go, go.
first down and 10 for Mineola. Now 25-yard line. Moreland keeps the ball up the middle, so touchdown for Moreland there. Moreland keeps that ball. Scores a touchdown. Second touchdown of the game for Moreland.
All for the Yellowjackets, stand up and holler!
All right, this cold weather has all of us a little working a little slow here. So 9:37 left to play here in the third quarter of this ball game. Moreland with the second touchdown of the game. Mineola leading here 49-7. Sanchez out to kick for Mineola. as we were saying earlier, we'll keep a close watch on the game in Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon losing to Winsboro currently in the third quarter. Winsboro leading 20-13 there. Winsboro having beat Rains last week in a very close battle, coming back this week and traveling to Mount Vernon and currently winning in Mount Vernon. So good, strong team there in Winsboro. Mineola was able to travel to Winsboro this year and come away with a victory to start the district season. Short kickoff to Howe, goes right through Lopez's arms. Mineola will pick up the ball here, so turnover there for Howe. Unfortunate turnover for Howe. Mineola is able to pick that ball up, so Mineola now will have another chance to score more points here this evening. So it'll be first down and 10 now for Mineola at the Howe 42 or 38-yard line. Referee's having a conference at the middle of the field talking about the previous play, I guess. If you're just tuning in with us, Howe quickly scored in just 3 plays the first 7 points of the game. A little bit of a trick play, pitch back to their running back. The running back was able to find an open receiver for about a 70-yard pass play. And then 2 plays later, Jordan Jones, number 3 running back for Howe Bulldogs, able to get the ball in the end zone. So 3 plays in, Howe's leading 7-0. But from that point forward, it's been nothing but Mineola. So Howe offense and defense having no answer to Mineola's powerful defense and offense. Referees conferring in the middle of the field. Now coming to the Mineola side of the field to explain things to the Mineola coach. So it looks like they're lining back up for another field goal try. Another kickoff try. Again, this cold weather has my brain not working. So another kickoff try. Never saw what the penalty was or the reason for we're lining up again here, but looks like the kickoff team, Sanchez, is back out there with his tee, so we're going to kick this ball off again. So 9:29 left here in the third quarter. Sanchez will kick off again to Howe after that Moreland touchdown. So no penalty yardage were marked off. Ball is placed at the 40-yard line. So Sanchez will try this once again. Ball's again a short kick. Howe this time fumbles the ball, fumbles the return, but is able to land on it this time. So it'll be Howe ball now. So it will be Howe ball now at their own 46, 47-yard line. So pretty good starting field position here for the Bulldogs. We'll see if at halftime the Bulldogs are able to come up with anything to be able to move the ball against this Yellow Jacket defense, but again, swarming defense here. 4 guys in the backfield able to bring the running back down for Howe. Having gained very minimal yardage on that play, maybe a yard on the play. So it'll be 2nd down and 9 now for the Bulldogs. Now back to the line of scrimmage. Lopez under center here. This time a pitch to Jordan, but again in the backfield before he's able to even get back to the line of scrimmage. Mineola there for a loss on the play, so brings up 3rd down. After the spot, Jones able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so 3rd down and 9 now here for Howe. Howe back to the line. Lopez lined up in shotgun this time. Just under 8 minutes now to play here in the 3rd quarter. Lopez back to pass the ball. Finds number 15 down the right side of the sidelines. Huff, who had the long reception earlier in the game, is able to catch the ball on the far sideline for a gain of about 4 yards. But it will bring up 4th down now and about 5 yards to go for the 1st down. So Howe being on the other side of the 50 now. Looks like they're going to line up to go for it here on 4th down. So 4th down and 5. Howe Bulldogs lined up to go for it. Lopez lined up in shotgun once again. Jones lined up to his left. Fake inside handoff to Jones. Ball is tipped in the air. So incomplete pass for the Bulldogs. Ball goes over on downs to the Yellow Jackets. So Yellow Jackets will get the ball back now. So the ball will be at the Mineola 46-yard line. First and 10 for Mineola. Handoff to Holland. Holland able to outrun Jones there. But stopped on set. Oh, he stopped pretty quickly after that. So 2nd down now for Mineola. No gain on that play. Holland's able to bring the ball back to the line of scrimmage. So 2nd down now for Mineola. Moreland and Holland lined up in shotgun formation. Fake to Holland. Moreland keeps the ball. Able to cut it to the outside. Able to break through. 1 tackle. Enough for a 1st down yardage. Gain of about 13 yards on that run play by Moreland. So Moreland becoming a more and more confident runner as this game progresses. So ball out to the Howe 36-yard line. Clock continuing to run here in the 3rd quarter. More than able to keep himself in bounds there. This time the give is to Holland. A couple lead blockers there. Flips over a defender. Taken down there. Gain of about 8 yards on the play. Well, actually, looks like enough for a 1st down. Ball was on the far side of the field, so harder for me to see the yardage, but chain gang is moving, so enough for a 1st down there after that run. Mineola now at the Howe 26-yard line. Moreland and Holland lined up in the backfield. This time a fake again to Holland. Moreland keeps it, then cuts it up the middle. Still on his feet. Continue to run down the far sidelines, able to avoid a couple other defenders and walk this one into the end zone. So Moreland with another touchdown here this evening. Having a great game here tonight, running the ball for the Yellowjackets. So Snead earlier in the game, and now Moreland later in the game here, just trusting their blockers, weaving in and out of the downed Howe defenders and able to make their way into the end zone here. Rojas now on for the extra point for Mineola. Kick is good again for Rojas. So 56-7 is the score here in the third quarter. 4:49 left to play in the third quarter. Mineola with a very sizable lead now. Snead not in that entire series long. May start to rest some of our starters, preparing them for next week's game against Rains. Remember, as reported earlier, Pendergrass out tonight with an ankle injury, so Pendergrass not even suited up for tonight's game. So again, hopefully rest and recuperation for Pendergrass will bring him back healthy next week against Rains. Moreland, who missed the Bonham game, homecoming game, but Moreland back after missing that game, the homecoming game against Bonham. Hooten taking on the quarterback position in his absence. But it's good to see Moreland back and healthy, running the ball here for us this evening. We got another scoring update for the Mount Vernon and Winsboro game with 1:30 left in that game. Winsboro continuing to lead 20-13 over the Mount Vernon Tigers. Going to be a huge upset there for Winsboro to win that game against Mount Vernon. Winsboro, a very good team. Mineola able to beat Winsboro first game of the district season, but lost to Mount Vernon just a couple nights ago. So again, it'll be a big game there tonight in Mount Vernon for these Mineola Yellowjackets, deciding again the seeding in our placing in our district, which will decide our seeding in the playoffs. So definitely be watching that game as it continues. Jordan Jones able to get a little bit of a return here for for Howe. So they're able to bring the ball out to the 35-yard line. A little slow to get up after that run. Another inside handoff for Howe, but Mineola off our defensive line continuing to stand strong there against that inside run. Gain of about 4 yards on that play. Lopez for Howe back under center here. This time another inside handoff to Jones. Jones bounces it to the outside though. Finds some running room there along the outside. Forced out of bounds there by Mineola. So first down there for Howe. Brings the ball out past the 50-yard line. So successful run there by Jordan Jones. Lopez continuing under center. Again, another handoff bounce to the outside. Maybe found some success there for Howe, but Jackson Holland with a big hit there. Stops Crosby with a short game there. Brings up second down now for Howe Bulldogs. 2nd down and 8 now for Howe. So Mount Vernon has tied this game in Mount Vernon 20-20 here at the end of the 3rd quarter. So 2nd down and 8 here in Howe. Lopez lines up under center. Inside handoff to Jones. Mineola in the backfield, chases Jones down. Jones just falls to the turf behind the line of scrimmage. So big loss in the play, loss of about 6 yards on that play. So bring up 3rd down and long now for Howe. So Jordan Jones, wanting nothing to do with the pursuing Mineola defense, just lays on the ground and gives himself up. So after that big loss, Lopez and the Bulldogs will come out in shotgun here. 3rd down and about 15 yards to go for the 1st down. This time, Lopez holding on to the ball. Not sure if that was a design run or just had no receivers open, but Jackson Anderson levels him for another huge loss on the play. That brings up 4th down and very long now for Howe Bulldogs. Howe lining up to go for it, but looks like they're going to call a timeout now before this next play. So timeout, Howe Bulldogs. So first timeout of this 2nd half. We got 1 minute and 10 left to play here in the 3rd quarter. It looks like a tie ball game now in Mount Vernon. So Winsboro and Mount Vernon tied at 20. Looks like the end of the 3rd quarter, very similar to this game. So just about to begin the 4th quarter there in Mount Vernon. So again, another exciting game within our district. District 5 3A, beginning the district season, had 3 teams ranked in the top 10, and one of them was not even Mineola. So 3 teams of Pottsboro, Mount Vernon, and Winsboro all ranked in the top 10 in the state to begin this district season. So District 5 3A is a very stacked district as far as competition goes. And again, Mineola was not even one of those top 10 ranked teams. So as the district season has played out now, Mineola beat Winsboro, number 10 ranked Winsboro, at Winsboro to start the season. And then traveled to Mount Vernon to take on the number 7 ranked Mount Vernon Tigers and lost by just 3 points in Mount Vernon a couple weeks ago. And then last Friday night took on the number 3 state-ranked Pottsboro Cardinals and upset Pottsboro in overtime. Final score being 57-49 in that game. So big win for the Mineola Yellowjackets. So again, we find ourselves now starting this game here this evening. Mineola in a tie for 2nd place with Pottsboro, but us having beat Pottsboro owns a tiebreaker there. But Mount Vernon leading the district. But all of that is in question tonight in Mount Vernon, with Winsboro and Mount Vernon tied at 20. So again, all of these top 4 teams in the district make the playoffs. So top the district so far is Mount Vernon, Pottsboro, Mineola, and Winsboro. Jackson Holland there on the handoff play. Once again, Jackson Holland showing his speed there. First play of that series. Jackson Holland able to run the ball and outrun every Howe defender, but there is a flag on the play. So this one looks like it will be coming back. Looks like a block in the back is the initial call by the referee. So this ball will be coming back here. So two long runs by Mineola brought back. Moreland's long run in the first half, and now Holland's long run here in the second half brought back here. So, but again, it doesn't negate the talent and the skill that took place to accomplish that run. Holland showing you his quickness to the line and then bursts of speed to get through the line and past the defenders of Howe. So Mineola retains the ball here. Will still be first down for Mineola It'll be first down and about 12 yards to go now for Mineola after that penalty yardage is marked off. So looks like holding was the penalty. There were 2 flags in the play. The block in the back was declined and the holding penalty was accepted. So first down and 12 now from the 45-yard line, the Howe 45-yard line. Holland in the backfield with Moreland once again. Another inside give to Holland. Holland weaving his way through the line, following his blockers. Able to bring that ball down for a gain of 5 yards on the play. So brings up second down. That will bring us to the end of the quarter as the teams make their way to the sideline. So we'll start the 4th quarter now. Mineola's ball, second down and about 7 yards to go. We'll swap end zones here and bring you this 4th quarter action here in Howe, Texas at Bulldogs Stadium. Been lots of scoring here tonight. Not nearly the fireworks and excitement that we had last Friday evening, but another good game here for the Mineola Yellowjackets, leading here 56-7 in the 4th quarter. Very cold game here tonight. Cold fronts come through here in Howe. Wind continuing to blow. Went to the concession stand earlier, and the way the concession stand is oriented, the wind is blocked, and the weather is actually not that bad until the wind starts blowing, but extremely cold here in Howe for this game here this evening. And it's really not that cold. Just last night at the Sweet Potato Festival, we were burning up. Hot 70-something degree weather, than now tonight in the 40s, so just not used to this cold weather just yet. All right, to start the 4th quarter, Howe able to bring Holland down in the backfield there, so that will bring up a 3rd down now for Mineola. So it looks like 3rd down and 8 now for Mineola here. Moreland on the sideline getting the play from Coach Smith. Moreland bringing the play back to the huddle now. This time Moreland keeping it up the middle. Jukes out another Howe defender. Quickly to the sidelines, runs out of bounds. Looks like he has enough yardage for the 1st down, so it'll be another 1st down for Mineola. Ball's marked at the 28-yard line. Five seconds left on the play clock here. Moreland's going to have to get this play off quick. Just able to do so with 1 second left on the play clock. Handoff to Holland. Holland breaking it to the outside again. Has an opening. Holland's able to race to the end zone. Touchdown Mineola. Jackson Holland there again showing you his speed. Had a touchdown taken back earlier, but is able to take one to the house this time. So Mineola now leading 62-7 here. Rojas again on to kick the extra point. If you watch that playback, great blocking again by Mineola. Creates these openings for Jackson Holland, and then once out in the open, lots of speed for Holland. Able to race his way to the end zone before any Howe defenders are able to get there for help. 'Little sideways kick there from Rojas, but able to get it through the upright. So 63-7 now here in the fourth quarter. 10-16, 10-15 left to play on the clock here in the fourth quarter. So Sanchez now out to kick again for Mineola. Jordan Jones deep again for the Howe Bulldogs. Jones scoring the first touchdown of the game here for Howe in the first quarter, first series of the game actually. Jones is able to get in the end zone for Howe. But then after that has been nothing but Mineola Yellowjacket football. Both offense and defense dominating both sides of the ball. Mineola clearly the better team here tonight and forcing their way on both sides of the ball. Missing Dawson Pendergrass once again to injury, hoping tonight's off night will allow him to rest and recover for the game next week against Rains. Jones again wanting nothing to do with the Mineola defenders, runs out of bounds at his own 10-yard line. So the Howe Bulldogs will take over from their own 10-yard line. 10:07 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Lopez back out for the Howe Bulldogs, pitches it to Jones. Jones has an opening there, hesitates a little, but dives through the Mineola defense. Enough for a first down for Howe. So Jones with plenty of speed, just doesn't have the push from the line like Mineola has, and just not able to find the openings. But when he's able to find one, able to get through that Mineola defense for a 10-yard gain there. This time another handoff to Jones, but Mineola all in the backfield again. No blocking for Jones out front. Just results in 4 Mineola Yellowjackets in the backfield to bring him down. So brings up second down and long now for the Bulldogs. Crosby with a gain of 4 on that play. Inside handoff to Crosby. Howe at a complete loss here about how to move the ball against this Yellow Jacket defense. This time pitching it to Jones, but as Jones takes the pitch, I'm not sure how he even holds on to the ball. Kobe Kendrick in the backfield brings Jordan Jones down for a loss on the play. So now brings up 4th down and about 15 yards to go here for Howe. And again, Howe's offense just not set up to gain these big chunks of yardage that they leave themselves on 3rd and 4th down. So bringing Flores out to punt this time, punting into the wind once again. So difficult punting situation for Flores. Wind just howling here in Howe, makes for a cold evening, but also a difficult time punting. Again, ball goes straight up in the air. Wind gets a hold of it and brings it straight back down. So kicking from his own 10-yard line just gets it out to the 30-yard line. So just a punt of 20 yards. It'll be Mineola ball now. With 7:25 left to play in this ball game. Mineola leading here 63-7. Hooten now in at quarterback for Mineola. Jackson Holland in at running back. Hooten hands the ball off. Sorry, that was not Jackson Holland. That was number 7, Adam Blaylock. So Adam Blaylock now in at running back for Mineola. So a little bit of a botched handoff there for Mineola. So brings up 2nd down and 13 now for Mineola. So new quarterback and new running back. Difficulty there working out the handoff. So Hooten and Blaylock out there again to give this a go one more time. So a delay of game against Mineola. So mark off 5 more yards now for Mineola. Play will remain 2nd down. So 2nd down and 20 now for the Yellowjackets from the Howe 40-yard line. Again, new starters in here for Mineola, so trying to just work things out here. This time Hooten showing his speed. Just outruns this entire Bulldog offense for a piece of his own scoring drive there. So Hooten adding his name to the score stat sheet with a touchdown of his own. So 69-7 here is the score in Howe on a very chilly Friday evening of football. Rojas now coming on for the extra point try. So another extra point try, 10 touchdowns, 10 extra point tries for, or extra points good for Mineola. So the score 70-7 here in Howe. Again, a rough season here for these Howe Bulldogs. You really do feel for these players and coaches, and honestly give them credit for being out here this evening and playing this game, especially in this time of COVID. It'd be so easy for a lot of these players just to forfeit their games, give up, and just blame it on COVID. But instead, these Howe Bulldogs are out here playing these games and trying to get better, and hopefully even in a losing process, having fun playing a game that they all love. But this is a growing season for the Howe Bulldogs, having not won a game so far this season, 0-7, 0-4 in district play. But again, you got to give credit to these guys being willing to come out here on a cold evening like tonight and be willing to get hit and to push guys around. And again, it's a game that they all love, but it's difficult to get beat every single game, and especially with scores like this. And so anyway, do feel bad for these guys and give them credit for being out here and for representing their team and their hometown. And again, all these opportunities to come out here and to play just makes them better because of that. And again, that'll change as seasons goes along, and these guys will grow in their skills, and we'll see a good team here in Howe again for the future. Howe has a history of making the playoffs and making runs into the playoffs, so we'll see this team improve and see this team even within our district make some waves in the coming years. So 5:53 left to play here. Howe ball at their own 20-yard line. Bringing a little different quarterback look for Howe. McNutt, number 1, quarterback for Howe, able to quickly get the ball outside for a first down play. So 1st and 10 now from the 30-yard line. So McNutt out, throwing the ball once again to Huff. Huff able to catch that ball, bring it out for a gain of 5 yards. So something new here for this Howe offense, able to move the ball a little bit. So Ryan Huff there on the reception. 2nd down and 5 now from the 35-yard line. TJ Moreland there on the tackle. So Winsboro scores a touchdown in that contest against Mount Vernon. So Winsboro now leading 27-20 in the 4th quarter of that game. So again, Mount Vernon continue to give Winsboro continue to give Mount Vernon all they can handle in Mount Vernon at their own home stadium. So we'll watch that game and keep you updated as it continues to go along. But again, it'll be a huge shift in our standings. It'll add a win to the Winsboro column and then Mount Vernon's first loss of the season. So bring them in a 3-way tie with Pottsboro and Mineola. Well, and also with Winsboro. Winsboro only has 1 loss on the season, district season. That's to us, to Mineola. So again, it'll bring a 4-way tie now to the top of the district. So again, we'll completely reshape the district standings after tonight. So we'll continue to watch that game and see how it plays out. So 4th down and 5 now for Howe. Going to go for it here on 4th down. Reception is made out to Lopez, original quarterback Jackson Holland, with a hard hit along the sidelines. After the spot, looks like Lopez was able to get the first down yardage he needed. So great reception and run by Lopez. Lopez back up and in the game. So good, strong player there in Lopez. But Jackson Holland with a hard hit along the sidelines to stop the ball. Kind of been Jackson Holland's signature this season. Hard hits all season long coming from Jackson Holland. So McNutt once again quickly out to Jordan Jones this time, just trying to get somebody in space. Those inside handoffs they've been trying all game long, just unsuccessful against this Mineola defense. So trying something different this go around, able to get the ball out to their receivers, Jones and Lopez, both with some speed. So in the open, able to gain some yardage here. Just a yard on that play, but that'll bring up 2nd down and 9 now for Howe. Clock continue to run here in Howe, Texas at Bulldogs Stadium. McNutt, number 1 for the Howe Bulldogs at quarterback here. Lined up in shotgun, quickly out to Jordan Jones once again. Jones able to juke through a couple Mineola defenders and able to, looks like, get the first down yardage he needed, ran out of bounds. Actually, he was just short of that first down yardage, so it looks like 3rd down and 1 now. So just short after the spot. Ball's sitting right at the 49-yard line. needing just a yard here for the first down. McNutt drops back in shotgun, back to pass again, finds Huff over the middle for a first down. Outstanding pass play there by McNutt to Huff. Not sure where this offense has been all game long. Waiting till the fourth quarter, down 70-7 to pull out these passing plays, having unsuccessfully ran the ball all game long against this stout Mineola defense. Howe now coming out in a spread, empty backfield offensive look here and gaining yardage against Mineola. This time passes dropped by Jones. So clock will stop with 1:18 left to play. So bring up second down now for the Bulldogs. Empty backfield again for McNutt. Shotgun formation. Able to get this pass away. Intercepted by Hooten. Comes flying in from that safety position. Able to intercept the ball for the Yellowjackets. So turnover here after a couple of successful passing plays by McNutt. Throws an interception there to senior Thomas Hooten. So Hooten comes flying in there for that reception. It'll be Mineola's ball now. So 1:06 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Travion Sneed now going into the game, having set out the last couple series. Mineola has the ball at their own 15-yard line. Travion goes in for Moreland to take a knee. So Mineola will have to snap the ball one more time here in order to run the clock out, but looks like the intention of the Yellowjacks is just to run this clock out here. So it looks like Mineola will walk out of Howe Bulldogs Stadium with a win here tonight, 70-7. So Mount Vernon has taken a lead in Winsboro, 28-27. So clock continuing to count down here in Howe, down 15 seconds now, but final knee of the game will end this game here at Bulldog Stadium. So the clock counts all the way down. Buzzer sounds. Mineola will walk out of Howe here with a win here, 70-7. So a very lopsided affair here in Howe, Texas. Mineola just being the better team here tonight, but again, Mineola's been on losing battles similar to Howe and just have had to rebuild and built themselves into the team that we are today. So again, just a difficult season for Howe right now and the things that they're struggling through, but they'll get better and as they go forward, be a better team because of that. So again, just hats off to these Howe Bulldogs for coming out here tonight and for giving their all and for playing this game. And again, great win here tonight for the Mineola Yellowjackets. So Mineola will now move to 7-1 on the season, and having just one loss in district play will stay right up there at the top. Looks like Mount Vernon might sneak out of their own stadium with another close win tonight. They're leading 28-27 here against Winsboro. Winsboro having led most of the game. Mount Vernon finding a way to come back. The score is not a final yet. There's about 30 seconds left on the clock, so might still be some fireworks in that game, but looks like Mount Vernon, if they come out with a win, will stay at the top of the district undefeated. Nobody's been able to beat Mount Vernon yet. Mount Vernon still having to play Pottsboro, so again, a big game there coming up next week, Mount Vernon versus Pottsboro. But again, this is Chad Parrish with Creative Edge, live from Howe or Bulldog Stadium in Howe, Texas. Appreciate you so much for coming out again and enjoying this game with us here this evening. And not nearly as exciting and not as many fireworks as last week, but a good game, good solid victory here for the Yellow Jackets. The championship seasons are made on beating the teams like last week, Pottsboro, but also winning these games that you're supposed to win, as Mineola was able to do here tonight. So we'll gear up now for the game next week. We'll be back home again. So Mineola will be taking on the Rains Wildcats at home for senior night. So want to invite all of you guys to come out to the Mineola Meredith Memorial Stadium for that game next week. Cheer on these Yellow Jackets. It will be the last home game of the season. Only 2 games left in district play. So Mineola has Rains at home, and then they'll travel to Commerce for the final game of the district season. So again, a exciting into the season. Lots of football left to play here, so definitely want to be there next week for that home game. So it looks like there's 4 seconds left to play now in this game between Winsboro and Mount Vernon. You're able to find the game online. Mount Vernon and Winsboro does a very good live broadcast. But it looks like Winsboro's now lining up for a game-winning field goal in Mount Vernon with 4 seconds left to play. And it looks like Winsboro, it looks like, so Mount Vernon is, we're watching the live stream, but what's great on here though, that Mount Vernon's saying they missed it though. So we're watching this live stream live here in the Howe Stadium, and now there's a signal from the referees that he has made the field goal. Mount Vernon extremely upset out on the field, showing their upset. So yeah, again, we're watching the Mount Vernon live stream, so you can tune over there. But Winsboro, with 4 seconds left, lined up for a pretty long field goal and was able to get it through the uprights. But again, Mount Vernon feeling as though the kick was wide left, are out on the field now screaming at the referees. But it looks like Winsboro has won that game 30-28. So huge upset in our district for Winsboro, able to come back and to win that game 30-28, doing something Mineola was unable to do. So knocks off our district leading Mount Vernon. So creates a 4-way tie now for first place in our district. Each of us having 1 loss. Mineola losing to Mount Vernon, Winsboro having lost to Mineola, Pottsboro having lost to Mineola, and Mount Vernon having now lost to the Winsboro Red Raiders. So again, stay tuned with this District 5 3A, as we knew it would be at the beginning of the season. Very exciting, and continuing to be exciting as this district unfolds. So again, Mineola will be home against Rains next week. Definitely don't want to miss that game. And following the game next week, we will travel to Commerce. Pottsboro travels to Mount Vernon. Pottsboro having been off tonight, they won by forfeiture against Bonham. Also Rains being off tonight, having won against forfeiture against Commerce. So both of those teams off, will be playing again next week. So Pottsboro will be traveling to Mount Vernon next week in an exciting game. So lots of awesome District 5 3A action taking place. Again, this is Chad Parrish with the Creative Edge, bringing you this game here live tonight. Thank you again for tuning in. Tomorrow, again, if you are free and have nothing to do, come out to the Meredith Memorial Stadium for the band competition. The Sound of the Swarm is hosting many different bands from our local area for a band competition beginning at 10 a.m. There'll be band competitions all day, or band performances all day long, beginning at 10 a.m. and continuing through the evening. The Mineola Sound of the Swarm will go on the field at 8:30 tomorrow evening. So definitely put it on your calendar or put it on your iPhone calendar, something to remind you tomorrow evening to come out to the Meredith Memorial Stadium for a performance from the Sound of the Swarm. Also tomorrow is the Sweet Potato Festival in Golden, Texas. So if you want to come out and be a part of that, parade begins at 10 o'clock, followed by the festival activities, and then there's an auction at 1 o'clock. Definitely want to miss that. They're raffling off a a $17,000 Kubota side-by-side, so definitely want to come check that out, and also some pretty exciting auction items to be auctioned off as well. The proceeds will go to the to help the community of Golden, but also a scholarship for the Sweet Potato Queen as well. So lots of good things happening in our community, lots of awesome things to be a part of. And so again, thank you again for being here tonight, and we'll see you at one of these activities tomorrow. This is Chad